The funniest thing through this time is that folks will interact with me as if I'm going through something that they're not going through. And so I've shared so much about this experience, not because I want people to know that I am mortal, but because I really want people to know that they are. I'm Andrea Gibson. I am a spoken word artist or spoken word poet. I have to cancel my fall tour. 2.5 years ago, I got diagnosed with ovarian cancer. The doctors declared it incurable.
To love yourself.
And I've been writing about my experience with cancer ever since and sharing it pretty consistently online. Where I love squirrels. That one's cute. God, they have such attitude. I feel so healthy. It's wild. It's wild. I mean, I feel physically very healthy, but I feel far more healthy mentally than I ever have in my life.
The pharmacist said Klonopin, Lamictal, lithium, Xanax. The doctor said an antipsychotic might help me forget what the trauma said. The trauma said, don't write this poem. Nobody wants to hear you cry about the grief inside your bones.
Prior to cancer, I was extremely depressed. I was drinking regularly. I struggled with suicidality, not because of depression, but because the amount of fear that I lived with. And so I would say since the moment of my diagnosis, since I woke up from surgery and my partner told me the news, I could suddenly see the ways that I had spent my life battling the facts of my life. And I was no longer in that place. I actually had a lot of compassion and sympathy for people on a spiritual path because I could see the trying connected with that path and the desperation to arrive to a new place. And that is a wall between getting there. It was just about, and this is something that everybody can do, is you're just consistently letting down your guard. It's not about retrieving anything. It's not about adding anything. It is literally about letting go. Hi, wonderfuls. I have to share some news that I really don't want to share. As many of you know, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer exactly a year ago, and I recently found out that I'm having a recurrence. I did a surgery when the cancer returned, and it sort of returned everywhere. When I got home from that surgery, the pain that I was experiencing was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. And I could feel that the pain was worsening and worsening because I was in so much resistance to it. The hardest thing that I think I ever did was the second where I said, okay, I allow this. I will allow this pain. I could cry about it now because it was such a transformative moment for me. And I said, I allow this. I will not fight against what is, because this pain is my life right now. I'm not gonna fight against my life. And then afterwards I thought, well, I can do anything. I mean, what else can I say yes to and feel my whole being like bloom? When people ask me now if I'm out of the woods, I say, I'll never be out of the woods. There's something so beautiful about the woods. You tap into the brevity of something and all of a sudden everything becomes more special. That's why for a lot of this time, I've not necessarily felt that I have less time than anybody else, because I'm walking through this world where I'm watching everybody walk by the moment, and there is no moment but this one. And I know this stuff has been said so often, but I didn't know. I didn't know how ecstatic the moment is, how full it is, and how expansive it is. There is so much more time in a moment than there is in a decade, which is still something I'm trying to find language for. I think that the artist's primary job is to tell the truth, but I think that there is an additional job, which is to create hope, to inspire awe. I think the poet's job is to remind us that we were born astonished. I have since learned that we are never, ever supposed to grow out of that. It is how this world is supposed to look. And you start to see it just as soon as you decide to see it.